They gathered in London for a conference that one of the leading delegates described to me as Afghanistan's last chance. NATO nations, the Afghan leadership, the world's superpower, and Afghanistan's neighbours, with one exception. Iran says it can't be part of a conference which backs an increase in troop numbers. In fact, though, the key focus was reconciliation with the Taliban. Hamid Karzai outlined the plan.
We must reach out to all of our countrymen, especially our disenchanted brothers, who are not part of Al-Qaeda or other terrorist networks, who accept the Afghan constitution. To do this, we will establish a National Council for Peace and Reconciliation and Reintegration, followed by a peace jirga in Afghanistan.
I asked the NATO Secretary-General how far the new policy extended. Are there any red lines? What about Mullah Omar? What about Taliban, who in the past have been allied with Al-Qaeda?
Of course there are red lines. There are two conditions to be fulfilled. Firstly, that it is a process which is led by the Afghans, by the Afghan government. And secondly, that groups involved in this reconciliation and reintegration process will accept the Afghan constitution, the principles of democracy and rule of law.
Everyone at this conference is working to an extremely tight deadline, in effect set by President Obama. He's said he's going to start withdrawing American troops from Afghanistan in July 2011. That's 18 months from now, and that's why there's all the talk at this conference about transferring control to the Afghans.
I have described our shared strategy as one of Afghanization. It will take time, but I believe that the conditions set out in the plan we will sign up to today can be met sooner than many expect. And as a result, the process of handover district by district will start later this year.
One observer at the conference, an Afghan women's rights campaigner, says she finds that somewhat worrying.
As an Afghan woman, of course, I'm concerned that if Taliban share power in an unconditional way, then, of course, our rights will be subordinated, and that's not acceptable, not for us, but not even for the Afghan people in general.
Both President Karzai and his international backers pledged to tackle corruption, but there have been many similar promises in the past. These leaders know they have just 18 months to turn things round. After 8 years of foreign involvement in Afghanistan, the Taliban are stronger than ever. They face a daunting task. James Bays, Al Jazeera, London.